Hello and welcome to another Here's the Storm Quick Tip. Today I wanted to talk about Offlane Blaze. Also, I apologize in advance for any quality issues in the background. Basically, I changed my mic settings recently. I got a new one, and I've not been having the greatest of time getting its audio quality up to where it needs to be. So hopefully I can mess around and fix it, but I was tired of deleting and redoing the videos. So right now we're just going to go with it. Again, apologies for any sound quality problems. So anyway, right now, Blaze is probably one of, if not the best, offlaner. And so just briefly, I wanted to show a game from a scrim. This is from Nexomania, which is basically a scrim club every week. And so I just wanted to kind of showcase some gameplay and as a background, give you some idea of how I'm playing Blaze, what I'm looking for here. You'll notice my primary objective at all times is just trying to clear the wave and not lose all of my life in the process. And that's all especially into a Urel, who I'm not going to be able to effectively trade with, and I can't really do enough damage to scare her anyway. So the main thing I'm looking for when I'm laning is when the waves crash, you want to shoot crossfires across the entire line before the waves crash. That allows you to hit all 7, and you'll get the bonus damage on usually 2 or 3 of them. Sometimes more, sometimes less, just depends. And so, of note, you basically are never using the oil to set for wave clear and setting things on fire unless you're healing. I'm only doing this to get some heal. Otherwise, I would not do that. And that is because the damage from this, you can see it 19 every 0.3 of a second, is extremely low. You're talking less than 60 damage in a second. Your auto attacks deal more than that. So essentially, by setting your oil on fire, you're contributing 1 extra auto attack against every minion, which on some heroes wouldn't be bad, but on Blaze, where your auto attacks are going to hit 4 to 6 minions anyway, it's just a waste of time. And you're spending significant mana for not a lot of help. So if you want to heal, cool. Otherwise, don't bother. Again, so when I'm looking there, I'm always trying to use oil to set up my E. Dodging E, especially in vision, is relatively easy. Same thing for heroes that can like displace you or knock you out of it. But if you set them up with a 50% slow from oil, well then it's much, much harder. Also of note, I took Adrenaline Stim Pack this game and Incinerator Gauntlets, and that was because I just wanted to focus purely on clear. Otherwise, what I would normally take is either the old tank build, which is New Habits Oil Dispersal, and then Suppressive Fire. I take Suppressive Fire no matter what, unless I have a really good reason to take Now Machine Coating or Fuel Leak, usually. And Neural Stim Pack's also pretty good. If you want to maximize your amount of ease and the amount of oils you can drop in team fights, Neural's a really good option. Especially because Collision Course, the more ease you get, the scarier you are to backlines. And so, against Urel specifically, the main thing I'm looking for with my E is I want to try and interrupt her leap. So as long as I can hit her while she leaps, I'm happy. But as you can see, I don't have a great handle on the timing because, frankly, I haven't played Blaze in the offlane in quite a while. So this is a good, like, learning experience there. The other thing is, because you're so tanky as Blaze, there's 2 advantages. One is you're very hard to gank, because you basically have a tank's health pool, and you have an escape in E, and if you take Adrenaline Stim Pack, you have another escape, or if you take the Unstoppable, you have another escape. So essentially you have, I'm at level 8, I have 4,000 life, I have a trait which gives me 40 armor for 4 seconds, and I have a way to run away. I am about as ungankable as anyone in the game. Oh, and if I see them coming, I can throw a slow at them, or I can self-cast an oil to slow. Speaking of which, that's really important. self-casting oil and just continuing to walk is very, very helpful. Because then you don't have to aim the oil anywhere. So you save some time, and the enemies will typically not expect it and just walk directly on it. They're used to people throwing oil where they're currently at and not where they're going to end up being. The other thing is it's impossible for someone to body block you if you oil spill on yourself and, you know, they're right next to you. So again, the fights, I'm just trying to look for ease to set up my team. I'm looking for oils to set up my team. And I'm generally trying to check bushes a lot with Flamestream because it's a 4-second cooldown that's mana light. So this is really good for me to be checking vision, bushes, anywhere, constantly. Decide not to go invade there because it's a little risky. We're just going to race. And this is where Blaze really shines. I could go and flank, but in this case, I'm just going to hold this position while my team finishes up the Immortal. As you can see, I pop Bunker, and not only does that protect me from the CC chain, but it allows me to essentially make sure the enemy team is just stuck here. Now, I got a Bunker, and I'm too aggressive in my approach, so I die. Because I thought the Ming was going to be in a more aggressive position. You can see instead she's just trying to throw max range safe orbs at the Immortal to finish it, whereas I thought she'd be in this area along with Raynor, which would have given us much better follow-up. So potentially we kill Tetcher on the Hanzo, or we get Linehouse after he pops his Absorb. But it doesn't matter. We get almost a full Immortal. It's still worth. But it was my mistake when that didn't happen, that I should have just popped out on this side and tried to walk away. Instead, I went for an aggressive E and got full punished for it. So that's the main thing as Blaze. You can feel like, you saw multiple times in the background, I got away from ganks because, again, I just have this huge health pool, and it gave Brightwing enough time to phase to me. So you can feel pretty unkillable sometimes, or very durable. And in fact, how I like to play Blaze is to eat a lot of cooldowns. If I'm not aggressively flanking and looking for like a oil into an E, then the second way I play Blaze is just as a front layer. I walk up, take a bunch of hits, use Bunker if I need to, and then usually just walk out or set up a second E, and our team will either get kills or be able to back out, and I'm the only one who potentially dies. As you can see, again, I just have a lot of ways to kind of mess with opponents and their ways of attack. Blaze is really interesting on these kind of point maps because you can just control entire sections of the map without physically being there because oil takes up so much space. Sorry, we just missed a pretty good one. So, again, I'm thinking about flank. I see Yrel. She's powering up. She's going to leap. There she goes. And we catch her in the middle of her leap. So she gets max punished for this. The Johanna has the follow-up CC with Blessed, and we get a kill on Yrel, which realistically shouldn't have happened. And as you can see, again, I'm just playing up front. I'm taking hits. I bunker a little too early, and that's because I just want the armor there, and I thought they'd engage a little harder with the Mal'Ganis, but they didn't, so that's fine. So again, something like a point blank E just to buy some time for our team. And this is the value of double frontliner. You notice we both walk out and don't take too much damage in the process. We did have to burn a Brightwing phase, which is not amazing, but that's fine. And again, just check for vision, walk up. I follow up the tank CC with my own CC, which now does a huge amount of damage. I get to slows with oil. If I had another oil there, I would have slowed them and they all would have died, but I was trying to catch up here. One other note that I just really want to make sure people understand is once you get this, you are like a bona fide assassin. You do a ton of damage. So if I land this on an enemy hero, the first hero takes 90 plus 563, so you're talking about 650 damage. Or, sorry, I can't math. 643 damage, if now I can math. You do then auto into a flame stream, which you should hit the crossfire bonus on. So that's another like 350 damage plus your auto, which is about a hundo right now, I believe. Let's break the replay and find out. Yeah, 90 damage. So you're talking over 1,000 damage at level 13 to the first hero you hit. See how much my buddy Anduin has. 2,600 health. How much does Hanzo have? 2,100 health. If you land all this, you take off over half of Hanzo's health. From one, you land 1E, 1 auto, 1 Q. Half their health. So this is super scary. The flank blaze play is super, super scary for any single squishy or to follow up on other CC. You put out so much damage, it's actually worth doing something like a blast or another like tank ult for CC and following up with the jet propulsion. Besides the fact that you're going to see them for a substantial period of time, the damage you put out can kill them even without other damage sources. Just the tank damage and maybe like one skill shot or a few autos from a DPS will do it. And again, you can see like chain CC, we bunker so we avoid some of their CC, and then we just roll on in and win the game from there. The other nice thing about having Blaze as a frontliner is oil is pretty non-committal. So you just throw the oil in, and if it looks good, go ahead and engage. If it doesn't look good, you have a second charge, or you just, burn off the 12 seconds and just, hang around. It's not that long in sieging situations or in defensive situations unless you're really, backs against the wall kind of deal. So combine that with really good wave clear and the utility, stuff like suppressive fire or bunker gives you, or really any of the 7s, like this is good against, say, like Zul'jin or Raynor or whatever. And you can see why Blaze, with his talent baked into his base kit now, is now a tier 1 offlaner slash second frontliner. Main tank Blaze is still really hard to play around. Most people don't understand how to play around Blaze because the primary engage is oil and not jet propulsion. This is like a big, shiny, neon glowing sign to tell you to go kill whoever you hit. This is much more of a suggestion, even though it's better, because a 50% range slow is ridiculous. It lasts 5 seconds as well, which is, again, just forever. So, in coordinated play, you can practice and play around oil spill, but even in Rando Storm League, just do this to set up your jet propulsions and get any follow-up CC, and you're just going to slaughter any backliner that is out of position, just dies for free once you hit 13. Alright, I hope that helps, and have a great day.